Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the new Hover Air X1. This is the ProMax. They've released two new drones, the ProMax and the Pro. If you're a regular to my channel, you've probably seen this drone on there. I did make a couple videos about it. And they have upgraded it in every way possible, including 4K video for the Pro, and we now have 8K video for the Pro Max. It now supports memory cards. It now supports flight over water and over cliffs. There's a beacon that can also be used as a controller, and we have a charging case. So in this video, we're just going to take a look at the equipment, and then of course we're going to be doing some follow-up reviews and demonstrations as time goes on. So let's get started here. We are going to start with the drone, and then we'll take a look at some of the other equipment. So here we got the main box, and we'll take a look at it. You can see it comes packaged in a nice case. In the bottom there, we get a little bit of an information card. We get a quick start guide. And that's actually pretty impressive. Usually these drones don't come with much documentation, but that's actually a thick little book. So kind of nice that they do include that. You don't have to download it off the internet. We get a storage cloth for it. And then over here we get our charging cable. It's USB-C to USB-C. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the drone. Here we have the charging hub and a spare battery. It's already installed there. And there's one installed in the drone. Here we have a 65-watt charger. Very nice that they actually include a charger. Not too much equipment these days come with the chargers. And you can use this charger to charge up the batteries in the charging hub, or you can plug it directly into the drone. And then here we have the new Hover X1 Pro Max. And that's a nice sleek looking new design. And just for comparison, you can see it compared against the original. It's not much bigger. There's a little bit more weight there. But still nice and compact and can easily fit inside a pocket. On the side there you can see the memory card slot, which is new with the Pro series. It unfolds just like the original. This is also now capable of using ND filters, which there might be some in that box there, I'm not sure. We'll take a look here in a minute, but they do sell a set of ND filters for it. One nice new feature about it is that we have a display screen on it now, so you can easily cycle through the different modes. But not only cycle through it, you can actually change the parameters. With the original Hover Air X1, you have to connect to the app if you want to set the distance at which it does a task. You can now change all that right directly on the drone. You don't have to connect it to an app. And just like before, it's one button operation. You hit the button and it will go ahead and do the task. On top of that, we now have a sensor at the back, which will make it a little bit safer when flying in reverse. There's a lot of new stuff with this drone, new capabilities, which we are going to take a look at as time goes on. But let's set all that aside and we'll take a look at some of the accessories, because some of these new accessories are going to make this thing a really powerful tool. Let's start with this bag that was sent. This is a nice little storage case for the Pro and the Pro Max. And I'm not sure if they're going to be selling this case separately, but it'd also be just a nice little case for the original one as well. On this side here, we got a shoulder strap. And yet, there they are. Those are the ND filters. So you can see them there. Comes with a little cleaning cloth. So that's kind of nice. We'll take a look at them in my review as well. They have a handlebar mount for the beacon, which we haven't looked at yet, but we will. It's just a nice little rubber clamp to go over any type of tubular shaped objects, such as a handlebar. And then the beacon can mount to it. Here we have two clamps for the beacon. This one here is a clip, so it clips to the bottom of the beacon, and then you can put it on a backpack strap or clothing or a shirt or something. So it just adds a nice easy way to mount the beacon. And this one here is the action camera mount. As you can see, it has fold out fingers, so you can mount your beacon using this clamp here or any one that you do currently have on a bike. It also has a 1/4-20 at the bottom. So it's just a nice little case. You can see the Hover Air just fits in there. And of course, on the other side, you can put some batteries, the beacon, and all the little accessories. So next here, we're going to take a look at the power case. This thing is actually really interesting. What this does is basically it's a case, but it's also a battery case. So it will recharge your Hover Air while you're in between flying. They had it advertised for skiers. You know, you can go down the hill, have the hover follow you down, and then on the way back up, you throw it in this charging case, and that will charge it back up. So good for those types of scenarios. It holds 2.5 charges, and it can also be used as a power bank. So if you want to charge up something like your smartphone, I'm assuming you can charge up the beacon with it if need be. So there it is there. It's got a strap for it as well that you can put on it. Little information package. It'll connect by USB-C. And once you put the hover in there, it'll go to sleep and start charging. When you pull it out, you just hit the button and it just wakes back up and away you go. So very little downtime. So yeah, nice little accessory. And these are the mounts for the shoulder strap. If you're going to carry this, use it like a case. Now this is what I'm actually really excited about. This is the beacon. They're going to be selling it in different variations. You can buy just the beacon. You can buy the beacon with one joystick, or you can buy it with two joysticks. And I'll kind of demonstrate here what that all does. You can see the beacon comes with its own nice little case. We have the charger for the beacon. It's a magnetic charger, just clips to the bottom. We have one joystick here. We have the other joystick. Here in the middle, we have the beacon itself. And that's the beacon. Here we have a wrist strap, and we have a couple cables for connecting to phones. Down at the bottom of the case there, you can see it gives us two different lengths of joysticks that connect there, so you can put whatever size you prefer, whatever style you prefer. You can see the one has a bigger head on it as well. So essentially what the beacon is, this can connect to the Pro or the ProMax, and it does actually a few different things. First of all, it helps with enhanced tracking. So when the drone connects to the beacon, it's not solely relying on visual tracking. It can track the beacon as well, make for a better tracking experience. On top of that, you also get a preview of what the drone camera sees. So that's great if you're on a bike. You don't have to keep looking back to make sure the drone is still following you. You'll get a live feed right on the back. Plus, you can launch all the intelligent flight features right from that screen. It is a touch screen. You can change settings. It also has a built-in microphone, so while you're filming, this thing will automatically start recording audio that will be synced to the drone footage. This is the full kit, but you can also purchase it with one joystick. This is the right one, and it connects directly to the bottom. So this essentially becomes like a motion controller as well. You can move the drone by a combination of moving the beacon and using that one joystick. A nice simple way for one-handed control. But then what you can do, if you prefer, you can get it with two joysticks. This is the left version. And again, it connects directly to the other side. And one thing you'll notice, it has these clips here that pull out and then down. You then add your second joystick, and now essentially you have a full controller. You can actually get a preview on the screen. You don't have to connect a smartphone, and you can actually go for a more traditional drone flight. But it does get even better. You can plug in your smartphone. This is an iPhone 16 Pro Max, just so you can get a gauge of size and what size of phone will fit in there. That's a pretty large phone, but as you can see, it fits in there. And then you would take one of the cables that came with it, plug it into the controller. It's got a little slot there that you can push the cable into, and then you just plug it into your phone. So now you can launch the Hover X1 app, and now you've got a traditional drone flight with a nice large preview. This is something I'm actually really excited about. I use my Hover Air X1 quite a bit. It's been featured in a lot of my YouTube videos. A lot of the B-roll that I shot and displayed over the summer was shot here on the Hover Air X1. So now we've got an upgraded model that I can actually shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second. Now, one thing I should mention, I don't think I mentioned it at the beginning of this video. Another difference of the Pro versus the Pro Max is the Pro Max actually has a 1/1.3 inch sensor, whereas the Pro has a 1/2 inch sensor. The Max is also capable of 10-bit color, so that's going to be important to some creators as well. So yeah, folks, that is the new Hover Air X1 Pro Max. If this is a drone you're interested in and want to learn more about it, make sure you stay tuned and you're subscribed, as I will be covering it fully over the coming weeks and months. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found it had value. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next one.